The flooding in Libya was a natural disaster, but much more than that, a man-made one too. First, nature. Storm Daniel was severe, forming over the Ionian Sea on September the 4th. It became Greece's worst storm in recorded history. The flooding there and in Bulgaria and Turkey was serious enough to kill more than 20 people. Nowhere near the numbers we've seen in Libya, but it should have been warning of its power. Now, the storm tracked south across the Mediterranean towards Africa. And from the 8th of September, Libya's National Meteorological Centre issued warnings of heavy rain. But as it moved towards Derna, the population was still in place. The head of the World Meteorological Survey said that evacuations should have been ordered, but authorities there told the population to hunker down instead. This video showing the waters around Al Sahaba Mosque. Now, in these photos, on Sunday, the 10th of September, the mayor's meeting with the Security Directorate to discuss the curfew they say was put in place for citizens' safety. Now, that Facebook page has since been filled with comments criticising the decision, one of them saying history would judge them. This video, verified by Sky News, shows what happened. It's in the early hours, the rains have come, but it isn't the main danger. Suddenly, there is a huge torrent. It carries cars along like they're toys, and that is the dams bursting. Because the threat to Derna was not so much the storm itself, but the dams lying above the town, right near the town, and then the upper down here, both built in the 1970s. A hydrological report published just last year warned that maintenance was specifically required to prevent catastrophic flooding. It said if a 1959 flood was repeated in the same size, especially in the current situation, that may cause one of the two dams to collapse, making the residents of the valley and the city of Derna vulnerable. There is a high risk of flooding. But the Deputy Mayor of Derna has said that neither dam had been maintained since 2002. And this is what the upper dam looked like before the storm. You can see shrubs growing along the dam crest. And this is what remained afterwards. The dam completely obliterated.
There's no such thing as a natural disaster, so there might be an extreme weather event, but it's that interplay with the community, the governance, the people on the ground that leads to that risk. In this case, if the dams were not there, then we wouldn't have seen that large loss of life as a result of their collapse.
Meteorological warnings unheeded, an evacuation that didn't happen, dams that weren't maintained. There's been so much death and despair in Derna, and so much of it might have been avoidable.